grassroots organization is calling for a mass 24-hour economic blackout. The People's Union USA is encouraging people not to buy from large retailers or fast food chains as an act of economic resistance. The boycott is meant to protest, quote, the influence of billionaires, big corporations, and policymakers on the lives of working Americans, unquote. The group is also planning future boycotts of specific companies.
This isn't the first time Americans have withheld their money in protest. Joining us now is Northwestern University sociology professor Aldon Morris to give us a little history. Good morning.
Good morning.
What determines whether a boycott is successful, looking back through the various boycotts in history?
Well, I think it has to be coordinated. It has to be organized, and it has to be strategic. People generally participate in boycotts when they feel some righteous indignation, when they feel a serious grievance. And so many people now, I think, feel that the new Trump administration is attacking their sense of being, their well-being, and so forth. And so those are some of the things that must happen for an economic boycott to be successful.
So this is mostly about the rollbacks of a lot of DEI policies at a lot of these big corporations. What do people not understand about that policy? It's very divisive.
Well, I think it's about more than just DEI. That certainly is a major part. But when you look at Black people, when you look at women, when you look at other people of color, you still find serious social inequality in income and in wealth. And DEI programs were designed to try to address those inequalities. And then to see them being rolled back is very, very frustrating, and it angers a lot of people. So it is about trying to prevent the loss of gains that were made during prior social movements, especially the civil rights movement.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, you and I, for various stories that I've
Yes.
done. Some people think that discrimination is somewhat ancient history, that affirmative action has given an advantage perhaps to African Americans. People are getting jobs not on merit, but because they're Black or because they're a woman. How do you respond to that thinking?
Well, the way I respond is that many studies just do not support that point of view. To claim that Black people or other folk of color and women and so forth aren't qualified for jobs is simply an excuse to prevent letting social equality become a reality. One would have to ask, are all of those people who have now been confirmed for Trump's cabinet, are they the most highly qualified? So it seems that those who cry that other people are unqualified aren't really serious about qualifications. There are other reasons that is causing this to happen. But the data just does not support the fact that people of color and others who are being targeted by DEI are unqualified. It's just a myth.
Well, you can get more at aldonmorris.com, and his book is The Origins of the Civil Rights Movement, Black Communities Organizing for Change. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.